Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. First of all, I thank. Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. So I thank Tirutangal Nadar College, the management and staff and the IQC team for providing a opportunity to take over the session. So I'll take over. My topic today is plagiarism in academic research publication. It will be, I can assure that it will be an interesting and useful topic for all. So the objectives of the session is to create an awareness about how to conduct for of a responsible research, how we can prevent plagiarism in our writing, say it may be any academic writing, and how to promote integrity in academics. So plagiarism, it can be pronounced as plagiarism or plagiarism. It's a Latin word. And let's have a small, quick introduction about what is plagiarism. See, we are in a digital era, and the technological impact is giving information at a rapid speed. We can get any data either from Google or from any search engine at a rapid amount and at the fastest time. The internet had made the access of information easily. Anybody can browse any e-journals from or every journal is available in e-resources. So there are various e-publishing platforms, and most of you are research scholars, or you may be a PG or a UG student, and you will be aware that a print ISSN and a e-ISSN number or is mostly assigned for all of us. That is not only in paper type. The information is available in through the internet through e-publishing platforms. So this contribute to a lot of information that is get available on the internet. Due to this online information explosion, we can have most of the content is available in the electronic format. So this digital revolution has surpassed all the other previous resolution. The data is of no matter, and say we can have any data from any journals or any dissertations. So the technology have paid the possibility of information. It is available in text format or in audio format or in video format, or it may be a multimedia content, anything, any type. The availability of online content in e-resources is like we can have a lot of e-journals, there are a lot of e-books, and even now today, some of we will be aware of what is known as Shodh Ganga, the repository for various thesis publication and dissertations. And there are also social network tools, various web tools where students can share So I have taken it from the American Heritage Dictionary. So I have placed it with the citation with where I have taken this thing. At the bottom, you can see that is American. I have taken this content, this reference from the above site. Now, what is plagiarism? It is a research misconduct that is just copying as it is the content from other source, using the original ideas of others without giving the proper credit. These are all can be termed as plagiarism. And according to the Merriam-Webster online dictionary, plagiarism means stealing, and just we are passing it off the other's idea as our own, and to use another's creativity without making any credit to the person who originally given the content. And it is actually means that one person is doing a literary theft to present as new and original idea or a product derived from an existing source, that is which already exists. We're trying to rewrite this as new and original, which is already present. Now, we can see the definition of plagiarism. Plagiarism is the use of using others' published or it may be unpublished ideas or words or any other intellectual property without any proper permission and presenting them as new and original rather than derived from an existing source. The intent and effect of plagiarism is to mislead the reader or the person who is reading as to the contributions of the plagiarism. That is, the person who is reading the content may think that the person who has done the work has done it originally. This applies whether the ideas or words are taken from any abstract research grant application, institutional review or applications, or any unpublished or published manuscripts in any publication format. It's not like that we are getting it, we have to get it access or no longer, except a very few uh, journals. It can be searched through Google Scholars or a scholarly article from Google Scholar or from any, there are a lot of journals to recite. So, what is plagiarism? The appropriation of another person ideas, process, results, or words without giving the appropriate credit. This is called as plagiarism. So we have to understand the definition. What is mean by appropriation? That is taking something that is not ours. It is stealing another person's words or ideas. It is academically dishonest because students, scholars, and faculty members are expected to do their own work. It almost like copying from one person to another person. So we have to understand the definition. The terms, ideas, process, results, or words after refer to another person's intellectual property. They use the plagiarize used to take the intellectual property, uh, whereas other normal thieves such as money, computer things, or any other things, other thieves will take, whereas plagiarists will take or theft the steal the intellectual property of others. Then, first of all, we should understand the definition of plagiarism. As we have already discussed, it is using the intellectual property without permission or giving any credit. So, if you are taking words, copying more than 4 to 6 consecutive words, or rearranging the phrases, or paraphrasing extensively will come under plagiarism of words. And if it is going to be an idea, we will be the plagiarist will be using the original information learned from conference presentations or any confidential reviews. I may give or I may take any ideas from a paper which has been sent to me for my review. Process. So it is can be words or it can be ideas and it can be any process. So one can use the research methods described by another investigator, and especially when the research method is not common knowledge. Say if a person is conducting as a research on artificial intelligence, or if a person is trying to give an address on smart cities or IoT or any other emerging topics. So if that area is not very common to the outside world, then the particular person can stole out the process also. Then the results, one person can utilize the data, figures, or tables, which represent another investigator's research results. So we have to understand the definition. Giving appropriate credit means you have to provide the name of the original author, or in the case of a diagram, it may be an artist or it may be a researcher or scholar. From whomever we are taking the idea, we have to give the original name of the original author. And then you have to provide sufficient publication data that another person can find the original source. So you have to use the disciplinary status and you have to use quotation symbols to indicate direct quotes. And then there is a new concept emerging as the digital era is going on. There is a thing called a cyber plagiarism. So without proper accreditation, since you are having a lot of information on the internet, so we can copy ideas, text, or material, anything from the web without proper accreditation. And digital plagiarism is a term used to describe copying using computers. The creativity will, this figure can say or tuned out that One's creativity is fine, but the plagiarism is faster than their creativity. Creativity may take a long time to describe an idea, but plagiarism, it is very fast. If I release it today, the next day it will be on the net. So this, there can be a comma, right? So I have taken it from, I have put the proper references, so it's taken from a particular website, I have mentioned it. So just to indicate that I'm taking another article, so I have prepared a report on plagiarism, and everything I have copied it from the internet. This is an irony. Now let's see what are the types of plagiarism. So it may be a word for word, that is direct or text. That means each and every word has been a transcription of someone's work without any attribution and without any quotation marks. Then there is a type of plagiarism called mosaic. This occurs when a student borrows phrases from a source without using quotation marks or finds synonyms for the author's language while keeping the same language structure and meaning as in the original. Then there comes a stage called as thesaurus, just changing the paraphrase unintentionally without knowing, by using similar words or a group of words and a sentence structure without any attribution. You can steal down the ideas, you can steal down the authorship, you can share it from any secondary sources. Then the last one is self plagiarism. Self plagiarism occurs when a student submit his or own previous work or mixes parts of the previous work without permission from all the professors involved, or when all the teachers involved. Now, what is self plagiarism? The practice of an author using portions of the previous writing. Say, if I have done a paper previously on the same topic, I may give another publication to another journal and without specifying it that I have done it previously. This practice is widespread and sometimes it is unintentional. Say, if I am good in data mining, I may refer or I may do an advanced machine learning search, and I can use the concepts where I have previously submitted the topics. That is, I can use the same thing for the current research also. This is unintentional, but it violates the copyright that has been assigned to the publisher. So there is no concern as whether this is a scientific misconduct, because it will not come under scientific misconduct, because I'm taking my own ideas, but according to copyright laws, it has been assigned, the rights has been assigned to the publisher. So just you can see a figure. So it's, are you saying that J.K. Rowling plagiarized you simply because both of you are using the fields because and to on particular page 256? There may be unintentional plagiarism in self plagiarism. So these are two are common words. Because and to are common words, and obviously it may occur or coincidentally on the same page. And you cannot say that J.K. Rowling has stolen my work or I have taken J.K. Rowling's work. So, why do people plagiarize? Because of ignorance, because of the knowledge on the ethics of scholarly writing, or poor writing skills. And there may be a fierce competition to write down or to publish things or to contribute some academic research papers. Or you may receive a pressure from your guides or mentors. And when you have pressures, if you can survive, means you should publish a, say if you're acting as a, if you are a research scholar and your guide may say that you have to publish one paper within 6 months, or you have to submit one paper within this particular stipulated time. That is either if you are going a do or die situation, and if you want to generate a paper or write a paper faster. So these are some of the reasons why do people plagiarize. So it is a research misconduct. That means just we are taking a data, either we are trying to falsify it or just we are fabricating it with our new, the original data will be that just we are fabricating or painting it with our own words. And intentionally modifying the content or results of others and claiming that as their own is also a fabrication. That is, it's also a duplicate work. It is a research misconduct. The researchers normally provide the data in the report without collecting it. I mean, the researchers who are plagiarizing, but they should actually use a questionnaire or they should give an interview. And either the plagiarism persons, they can alter the data collected from the questionnaire or interview. And suppose a statistical analysis is presented, they can just modify it or they can alter it for research purposes. Then they can mispresent the methodology of the research, and they can also provide false information or statements about other research work. So this plagiarism occurs mainly on terming or claiming others' research work. The research paragraphs, words, or ideas are used without giving proper credit. The already existing content is having a quotation mark. If the researcher used such content and failed to provide a quotation mark, so these informations are misinterpreted. So, and also giving incorrect information about the source or content is also come under plagiarism. So this occurs mainly on manipulating the already published data or presenting fake data in the research work. Paraphrasing, changing the words and sentence structure is considered as copying if the source is not duly acknowledged. And if we use large amount of information from others' work or from different source, and we can submit it to more than one course or one journals. So, what is not plagiarism? There can be a few words of similarity which are very common. We saw the thing, no, we have because two words, because so. So there may be few words of similarity which are of common use, and reiterating popular writers saying, say, if I have taken a quotes which people may use it frequently, and you can use symbols or application of a formula, say for example, areas of a circle is pi r squared. It is a common, or the sun rises on the east, which are very a common information. And you can take any Google reference nowadays. There are Google reference information, and you can present in your own content, and there can be various figures and models. And you can also take common knowledge or widely known ideas. This will not come under plagiarism. So, what is not plagiarism? So, the parenthetical, if you have cited it, it will not come under plagiarism. You can take the footnotes or endnotes or the bibliographic reference at the end of the text. Other issues of plagiarism. So, the researcher mentioned the author of the source. The researcher will have mentioned that I have taken the text from this particular author, but say I can mention it as J.K. Rowling, but I have not mentioned in which story of Rowling, from which story has taken the text. That is one case of plagiarism. The second case may be he may provide inaccurate citation. That is, if I have provided a source and others could not go and search it for that particular source. And researchers cites all the citations clearly they have mentioned, but there is no original. I have cited everything. I have given proper citations, but I have no idea or originality of my own content. This will also contribute a vagueness. The researcher uses the quotation or citation, but of paraphrasing the content, claiming that as original. All these four are important, and we should see the third thing. This thing is very common. We used to put all the citations very clearly so that there will be thinking that we have done no plagiarism, but we will be lacking in the originality of the content or documents. So this is the UGC regulation on plagiarism. I'll provide it at the end, and this is published in 2018. So what should plagiarized thing? What is plagiarism and what is not plagiarism? And you have might have come across various plagiarism software, and some are commercial and some will come under open source. And commercial softwares, or we have to pay a certain amount, like Authenticate or Urkun. These come under commercial, and there are some open source plagiarism detector, plagiarism detect, but it is advisable to buy a commercial software for better performance. So we will see about Turnitin software later, and we will cover. So this is very, very important. Quotes, paraphrases, and summaries and overview. First, we will see about quote. What is it? So the exact word for word statement, you are taking some content from a source, just we are producing it as such. The exact words, just you're cutting on, copying and pasting it. When you have to use it, when you have an exceptional insight or when it is a definition that cannot be changed, you can use it as such. How we have to do it? You have to put in quotations and you have to write down the source exactly as it is written. It may be a scientific formula or it may be Einstein's theory or whatever it may be. How does it look like in text? Say you can see here there is an excellent. It should be given in double quotes. Pano 825 6 like that it should be exactly given. Then we can go for paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Rewriting a source in your own words. It may be of 2 to 4 sentences. And when you used to do it, because it keeps a paper that it's sounding when you have similar papers around. How we have to do it? You have to read it from the source and have to put in your own words, but don't we have should not change the meaning. And it currently is not possible. So just you can do it. There is paraphrasing should be done, but it should be done to minimum level. Then, if it is a summary, we can get a big idea from a source just in 15 words or less. So when you use it, suppose you're overviewing a general report of a thesis, you can use summary. And how we have to do it is you have to sum up the main ideas and you have to give the key point alone. So we'll come again to this Turnitin software. So these are all how to buy a commercial software, a common commercial software, and how to use it. Now we'll see how to avoid plagiarism. So be honest in your research, give a credit to the source or the author from whomever it may be you have taken the content. Understand the guidelines of writing an article from the publisher's site. Wherever you are going to publish, you can you have to understand what is the policy of the publisher, and you have to be very clear about the guidelines of writing a thesis or journal paper or whatever it may be. Make a note on a referred text or research article, and instead of using the source paragraph as it is, you have to understand the concept and reinterpret in your own sentence. And if you are lagging in your native English, you can just use the use of a commercial tool which is available. So how to avoid plagiarism? Note down the reading summary carefully. Prepare a bibliography of the referred source in a standard reference format. Say you may have various softwares like LaTeX or some journals or some may be available or giving their own format. And some journals may be giving their own format or software to prepare a citation or bibliography of this referred sources. You can use the double quotation marks for factual data, definition, and popular quotes. And attend regularly for all the programs which from which you are going to get an idea. So for short quotes, you have to use quotation marks in the sentence. For longer quotes, you have to indent the entire passage. If I use a table, a chart, or a diagram, cite the source directly with the statement that permission has been obtained. All sources should be like this, it should be. I have mentioned very clearly this. I have taken this course from a person known as COPE and from the year 1999. Then we should understand how to use the intellectual property with a fair use. So sometimes if you use a copyrighted work for purpose such as you can take it for criticism or to comment or for reporting or you can refer it for teaching. So that is okay, but you have to get the proper usage and you have to use copyrighted materials without seeking permission from the creator or publisher without paying any copyright fees. So these are all not a fair use of intellectual property. But both are different. Plagiarism will both are two corners. Plagiarism issues are not strictly related to copyright issues. The two may overlap. Copyright is a legal concept, but plagiarism is literary and an ethical issue. So their publishers, if you take the publishers, they are much worried about copyright violations. So from the upcoming slides, you can refer with your friends and you can discuss that what are the slides are come under plagiarism, and you can listen various of the situation whether plagiarism have occurred or not. You can discuss with your friends or with your guides or your mentors what are the cases of plagiarism. Now, see the first case. You are one among the audience where the research person is presenting his or her research results. Just I'm hearing it and I'm using the ideas described by one of the speakers in the design of my next research project. So I'm using and I'm listening to a researcher's presentation, and in them for my next own proposal, and just I'm using it just as I heard I'm using it. Will this come under plagiarism? And we have to answer this question. Let's see the second case. You are reading a journal article or a chapter or book. We can paraphrase the passages of text from the material we have been reading in the literature review. Just you are reading a material and just whether you can use it for your own writing. Just paraphrase it, that is put in different words, and you can present it as your own. Whether this will come under plagiarism. Consider the third case. You are reviewing a submitted manuscript. Just I'm watching or I'm reviewing another person's paper. And if there is a novel idea is there, then just I will stolen it for my own research purpose. Will this come under plagiarism? Okay. Now I'm doing a research using the net. I have choose to use ideas from a website for my own research project. I'm using some quotes from the website in that is my literature review. I'm just taking some quotes. Is that allowed? If I put it in quotes, double quotes, and if I taking the content from the net, it is allowed. We have to think over it. The another case, you are writing a paper in English, and say my native language is Tamil or Gujarati or whatever it may be. When writing a review of literature, I can use the other author's exact words because I'm not very confident about English, or I'm not very confident about paraphrasing or getting the to my own language. I'm unable to translate in exact English, or I'm not good in English. Then I can use the other person's say review of the literature, and I can quote it in the whether this will come under plagiarism or not. Then we will be having another case. Just I'm writing a manuscript for publication that is based upon my own previous research. I decide to include some exact test from one of my earlier papers in the new paper. That is, this will come under self plagiarism. So this is there can be a summary. So plagiarism never cut and paste. Everything needs a citation. So start here. Is it my own idea, image, and in my own words? If it is yes, okay, then support no plagiarism. Super. Then say, is it not my no idea? Okay, then I will check another case. Is it commonly known facts or information? Yes, then it's good, super, no plagiarism. No, it is not a common fact. Then we have to check whether it is someone else's idea or image. Yes, if it is the case is S, then I have to check, is it in my own words? Yes, I have written it in my own words. Is it paraphrased? That is, I have changed the meaning of the lines? Yes. Then, if there is a citation, yes, I have referred it properly, then there is no plagiarism. So, just if we take that, is it my own ideas, and if it is say, and if it is commonly known facts or information, if it is no, then you have to see whether it is an other's ideas or image, and once again it is no, then we have to check, is it a fact or other person's information that I have to look up. Once again means it is no. If it is yes, then you have to see, we have to mention in quotes. If it is no, then whether you have to check it is paraphrased. If it is no, then we have plagiarized the concepts. So coming to the conclusion, so because of the digital era and the information is available so much online, the documents are accessible nowadays to everyone. We cannot avoid plagiarism. But the thing we can do is when we're referring the resources by the scholars, it is necessary to provide proper credit to the original source. Otherwise, it will end up with plagiarism. And the higher education system is taking a serious efforts in curbing the plagiarism by introducing the plagiarism regulation by the UGC. The print resources and the language collections are not supporting in the software. That is the tools use software used to prevent plagiarism. So it is necessary to develop more tools for detecting plagiarism, and there should be more tools will be available. So if people are madam, I know if people are, and these are the references I have taken. So I have mentioned all the references for an example, and this is the proper way that I should present. I have referred all these sources even for preparing this PPT. So I have mentioned, say I have taken it from London or the Central University of Gujarat, or a person's name Manoharan, when and from which sources I have taken it. It may be a IEEE conference, or it may be from a website. And I should also give all the references which I have cited up. So I have mentioned Merriam-Webster, I have mentioned ubc.ca, then it will not come under plagiarism. So thank you. And if you have any questions, I can ask. So anybody have any doubts in this? No doubts? Can I explain how to use Turnitin software? Any doubts here? No doubts? Anybody can ask any questions? Okay. So this is a commercial tools actually. So when this is a commercial tool, actually this when you search the web and you can now download Turnitin, and you have to spend some amount. If you're really what doing a research, then I can say just you can go into. I can provide a number also. So just you can go to the YouTube. It is providing Turnitin software for an affordable rate. And so here you can say you will receive a mail to your registered mail ID, and you have to pay say nowadays and recently within 10 days it is for 1 year the amount is around 2000 of 250 or 2500. Then you will be given how to log into the Turnitin software. So you will be given a mail ID, and from that mail ID and user ID and password, you have to register into the, you have to get into the Turnitin software. And this is provided by the YouTube for research purposes. And after login, you will be providing a screen like this. So there will be a screen like this, and then there will be several courses. See, you can see all courses, user account, then job accepted or not, account untype. So you can add one student can present in various universities. So just you can see in all which all the classes you are present, or you are attending with, as a student you can see which are of the classes are available. Say the Central University of Gujarat Gandhinagar, they're having variable courses, say MPhil, PhD, or it may be a student's paper, or it may be a postgraduate. There are several classes will be there, and so you have to provide all the details: the class type, the class name, the enrollment key, the subject. But actually, if you're going to use Turnitin, we need not give all this. YouTube will provide you all the classes creation, and they will assign you a new class, and directly you can come to your classes. So when you open directly, you can, and you can also set what is the due date. That is, I'm talking from the teacher's point of view. I can finalize the due date and all. And if you are a researcher, just you can add your assignment, and then you can upload your documents. So this is the way to upload your documents. You can upload your assignments, and you can get a percentage of how much thing is your original, and how much thing is you have taken it from other sources. Say I'm getting some sources, I have taken some content is 5 percentage, I have taken it from this particular resource, and I have taken 3 percentage from this source, and I have taken 3 3 3. So if you sum it, it will come around 11 plus 3 14, 17 20. So this document is 28 percentage. I have uh, taken it from other people's information. So my originality, if it is 100 percentage minus 28, my originality is 72 percentage. So from the highlighted things, saying something marked in red color, I can see what are the things I have taken it from the other resources and how to avoid it. See, this particular document is report giving is 8 percentage. So I have taken it from others work just to 8 percentage. Normally, 15 to 20 percentage of plagiarism is allowed in researches. Then you can download the report, and some journals want the report of how much plagiarism you have committed. So then you can download the report, attach with your work, and also you can send it. If you want, you can also send in the report in PDF form. So any other doubts? Was it a boring, and whether I can hear some feedbacks from others? How do you feel the session was? Should I have to give some more information? Are you okay, or are you able to be self-content with the presentation? Any questions? Feel free to ask questions. Is it okay for you? No doubts, sir. Can I end the session? And just to a note, I'm giving my mail ID. If you have any doubts, please free to just make a note of my ID. So just I'm giving it. So this is my mail ID. And if you have any doubts, you can also have a call to this number. The M is cap small m. Okay, ma'am. I should post it in the chat box also. Just I have some problem on the mouse, so just I'll show it in Word. I thank you for the opportunity given to me for having a session for plagiarism and research journals. I am very much thankful to Madam Mangai and all the IQAC team members for having an opportunity to present such a good thing and enhance my knowledge also regarding plagiarism. Thank you so much. And this is and I'm listening for the FDP for the past 2 days. So it was really good, and you are doing a wonderful job. And congratulations to your college, ma'am. And I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.